Welcome to the Kickoff campaign for the 2019 United Way of the Coastal Empire, the campaign to raise funds that stay locally right here in the city of Savannah. We have a lot of special guests with us today. We can't think of our mayor, Eddie DeLoach, and Mayor Pro Tem Carol Bell joining us. I see our city manager, Pat Monahan, and several chiefs, members of Savannah Police and members of Savannah Fire. We're going to start things off. Before we get things going, we would like Mayor Pro Tem Carol Bell to come up, please, for the induction.
As many of you probably know, United Way is near and dear to my heart. When I stood in your places for the city staff out there, when I'm one of you, I had the privilege of serving the United Way as the city's chair and working in that capacity for a number of years, but I also had the privilege of serving as the chair of the board for United Way. And why devote and commit so much time to an organization like United Way? Because the Bible tells us that we are our brothers and our sisters' keepers. And I believe it's incumbent upon us, to whom much is given, much is required. And I believe that we have proved in this community over the years that we are one of the most giving communities in the state of Georgia. So I am proud to be listed among the supporters of United Way. I am proud to have come from an agency that is so supportive of United Way. And with that, let us pray. Eternal God, our Father, we thank you, for this is the day that the Lord hath made. We will continue to rejoice and be exceedingly glad. God, we thank you for the breaking of another day. We thank you, O Heavenly Father, for the rain outside, even for the discomfort that it may bring. But God, we also thank you for how you're watering this, our area, and how you're actually giving us blessings even in the rain. So God, we appreciate you for that. Now we ask that you continue to look down on us, lead, guide, and direct us. God, we bless you for these people who thought it not robbery, but to come to give of their resources for the benefit of helping others. And God, we're following and we're reminded of Michael 6:8, when Michael asked, man, what does God require of you but to do good, love justice, love mercy, and walk humbly before thy God. And as we walk humbly before our God, we want to ever be conscious of the ones who are less fortunate and to give of our resources to help others. Others, Lord, yes, others. Let this my prayer be. Help me to live for others, that I may live like thee. Amen.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, for the invocation, and we wanted some entertainment, and I definitely wanted some entertainment. We have a voice here today. How about Cecilia Arango from Thomas and Hutton to belt out the national anthem?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free?
Wonderful. Thank you very much. We'd like to have our mayor, Eddie Deloach, come up. Thank you, first of all, for joining us, but some opening remarks, and immediately following the mayor, our city manager, Patrick Monahan.
Well, I don't know if y'all noticed, Miss Cecilia is on the cover with me for those 40 under 40. I just thought I'd mention that. You didn't see that? In reality, no. Hey, it is a great day to be here. It's a great day. It's a wonderful day for our city. This is what our city represents. We are a giving city. We are giving people. And I am proud to be here to say that we of the city will be the one to stand strong, start this thing off, get it going. And I look forward for everybody in the city contributing to this so that we can make our goal and exceed our goal long term. But thank all of all the people that work here with the City of Savannah. They do give generously all the time, even on other things that aren't published as much. This is an important time for our community. We need to rally, and we need to be a group, and we need to be committed to be a city of one, so that we can continue to move forward as a city of one. And thank you for today. Thank you for all this that this represents, and I look forward to many more years. Thank you.
So thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Bell. I'd also like to thank Cecilia. In case you didn't understand the mayor's reference, Cecilia Rango was named one of 40 under 40 for the state of Georgia and appeared on the cover of Georgia Trend magazine. And by the way, spoiler alert, the mayor was not included. But let me start. I've been associated with the United Way for more than 40 years in 3 different communities, particularly in this community for the past 34 years. Like Pro Tem Bell, I have served as chairman of my organization, the Chatham County organization, for a number of years, as well as serving as the chairman of the Public Sector Committee with former city manager Michael Brown. And so I often get asked, why the United Way? Why the volunteer? And I think Pro Tem Bell referred to a passage in the Bible. I happen to think my favorite book is the Gospel according to Matthew, named my first son after him. But in chapter 22, and I won't recite the entire chapter for you, but verse 39 is, love thy neighbor as thyself. And I think that's what the United Way represents. That is the way we give back to the community. There are more than 54 different agencies providing almost 90 different services to the community. I happen, before I accepted this job on a temporary basis, I happen to serve on 6 different United Way boards, and I can attest not only to the service of those organizations, but also the United Way itself. The process that the United Way follows to evaluate the needs of the community, assess each organization to make sure that it's meeting those needs, and to make sure that the money's prudently spent. I think that's important for all of us as givers and as members of this community. So thank you, United Way. Thank you to the leadership group from the City of Savannah. They will be helping guide the donation process over the next several weeks. So I thank you very much, and let's get going.
Thank you. The City of Savannah put together a strategic plan called Savannah Forward, and one of the 5 main goals of this council, one of them is good government, and this is how the City of Savannah gets involved with good government. Today is all about the United Way of the Coastal Empire, and they have many representatives here today. And we're going to start out from greetings. Ken Ravitch, the United Way campaign chair, and immediately following him, the agency representative for this era, Juanita Horton-Owens.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate everybody braving the weather today. I'm grateful I had an umbrella, and I was able to find very close parking, and I used my City of Savannah parking app very well, so thank you for that. It is an honor and a privilege for me to be serving this year as the campaign chair for the United Way of the Coastal Empire. I'd like to start out by recognizing each of you here today, the City of Savannah team, the employees of the City of Savannah. work very diligently to protect and serve us in this community, but you also one of the largest supporters collectively of the United Way of the Coastal Empire. And thanks to your generosity, we are able to change lives right here in the Coastal Empire. So thank you for all that you do to support the United Way. I've also had the privilege of serving the past 5 years on the board for the United Way of the Coastal Empire, as well as serving on the campaign cabinet. So I get to serve along a team of dedicated volunteers that work diligently, starting months before the campaign starts and goes on. And there's a lot of effort that goes into it, a lot of teamwork. I can't see Glenn. I see him now. Glenn is your City of Savannah representative. He's doing a phenomenal job. Thank you, Glenn, for all that you're doing. But probably the thing that's most rewarding about working on the campaign as I go out and I meet with organizations is the passion that I find from our loyal supporters. It is very much an inspiration and an encouragement to me as we go out there, because we know the needs are there. And as we go out and I'm trying to convince people to support the United Way, I leave those conversations feeling better. They know more as much as I do. As Pat shared, he's got 40 years of service with the United Way. I am just by age only 25 or 26, but I'm working on it. Just give me a few more years. I'm not giving up. So I'll eventually catch you if you stop. But one of the things that jumps out at me is I look around this room. When I think about successful employee campaigns, it starts with the passion of leaders like yourselves. And I just want to thank each of you for being passionate leaders and taking up that cause and helping us raise money to support those in need within our community. As I said, I've been working with the United Way of the Coastal Empire for almost 26 years now. I started out in resource allocations, and that's a wonderful process where you get to go through, and it's now called community investments, but back in the day it was resource allocations. But you get to go out and see the actual agencies and the programs that are requesting funding, and you get to see the challenges that many in our community are facing. It kind of rips your heart open when you see that. But at the end of the day, you also see the solutions that are brought to the table and the lives that are changed as a result of the good work that's done. And only that can be done with the financial support that we provide these programs. It's invaluable. Through that process, we like to promote collaboration and make sure that we're using all the resources and we're connecting people with those resources, and that includes our agencies. But a lot of these programs that we support financially have been going through this annual review process for decades. And over that time, what you end up getting is you're working on collaboration, you're working on the overall effectiveness, you're measuring outcomes. And so you can rest assured that when you donate to the United Way of the Coastal Empire, your money is going to the best way possible to support those in need within our community. And one of the things that we do at the end of that process is we have to allocate funds. And that's always the tough part, because there are always more worthy causes than there is funds available to serve those in need. And so it really becomes a challenge to have to kind of make those hard decisions at the end of the day, because you know that we're going to have to reduce funding in certain programs. So just rest assured that the work that you do to help raise money on behalf of the United Way of the Coastal Empire is invaluable, and every penny will be put to good use. So I do thank you again for that. Now, our campaign slogan this year is "We Are One." And "We Are One" is recognizing that we're one community and we're one team, and that there are people right here in our community that are facing challenges. And I look at "We Are One" as a call to action for all of us to step up and to bring about real change in those people's lives that need us. And I want to thank you all for accepting that challenge and helping support the United Way. Thank you very much, and God bless. Juanita, we'll let you come up.
Good morning, and thank you, Ken. I'm glad to be here this morning on such a beautiful day that the Lord has made to tell you a little bit about the agency I'm representing today. I'm representing one of the agents funded through United Way, 211. We are Information and Referral Services. We service 4 counties, which is Chatham, Bryan, Effingham, and Liberty County. And what our call center is, if a person needs human needs, they will call 211 or 912-651-7730 to have an information specialist fits their needs with different agencies that's funded through United Way. And on last year, we received over 8,000 calls, and over 9,000 hits on the internet. And you can also reach us by internet, and our internet is 211@uwce.org. And we also have agencies that funded through United Way is Women Legacy, and this program is geared toward women with children. They receive bus passes and gas cards to get the children to doctor's appointments, and for the mothers to get gas cards or bus passes to go on job interviews or even go to the doctors. And also we unite with Salvation Army. We are now receiving calls for the Angel Tree, and that is to provide Christmas donations for children from infants to 17 years old, and for seniors 65 and older to provide them with special gifts for Christmas. So this week, Friday, the 18th of October, is the last day for appointments. So if you know anybody who needs the service, just have them to call 211. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. So. And Mr. Rabici already announced Glenn Hull. He is our local agency. What is your title? Introduction of Planning Committee. He's the head of the Planning Committee. I didn't know exactly what your committee is, but Glenn Hull is the leader of the Planning Committee.
Thank you, Ken, and Mayor, City Manager, Mayor Pro Tem, and all distinguished guests here. I have an important job to do today because all of this that we are trying to accomplish here in the City of Savannah to regain the #1 spot in the state of Georgia as a municipal government giving towards the United Way is not possible without my team of dedicated staff. So I want to recognize Stephen Maxwell from Community Services. Stephanie Takanaka from Infrastructure and Development. Jack McCutcheon from Fire. Alex Tobar from Police. And my previous campaign chair for the city, Joe Shearhouse from Municipal Operations. And I recognize that I come in a long line of people that have sat in this chair trying to assist one of the most valuable nonprofits in our community as they try to partner with us to deliver services to our community. And I'm holding our strategic plan that our elected officials pass through, and so many of these goals that our elected officials have tasked us with are accomplished through the United Way and their partner nonprofit agencies that they rate. So, and one of the things what we're going to do this year is all of our police officers are going to get these 211 cards. So as they contact members in our community on the street, they'll be able to hand this out to them so that they can get the services and the support that they need. So thank you so much. And without further ado, I'd like Mayor Pro Tem, City Manager to go over to the board, and we're going to unveil our city goal. And as you see, we have our work cut out for us. So we're gonna do our best to hit that goal so that we can support this awesome organization.
All right, that's $225,000, so we need to get started very quickly. I wanted to let you know, next to the $225,000, there's donuts and coffee and a bunch of 211 cards to capitalize on this. That concludes today's ceremony. Thank you all again for coming.